Samantala, kaugnay naman po sa mga pinakabagong pahayag ni Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte na tumatalakay sa ugnayan ng Pilipinas at ibang bansa, makakapanayam natin si Foreign Affairs Secretary Perfecto Yasay. Magandang umaga po, sir.
Magandang umaga sa iyo, Catherine. Magandang umaga sa lahat ng nakikinig sa atin ngayon.
Sir, sinadya raw po talaga ni Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte yung hindi niya pagsipot doon sa ASEAN-US meeting. Taluwas po ito doon sa una-unang pahayag na may sakit lamang daw po yung Pangulo. Ano po kaya ang implikasyon nitong bagong pahayag ng Presidente, sir?
Ay sinadya niya dahil he was not feeling well. Kung titignan mo yung statement na ginawa ng ating Pangulo, dalawa yung sinasabi niya. Talagang purposely hindi siya nakaka-attend at hindi lamang yung meeting with yung ASEAN and the United States President, but yung ASEAN with the President also of India. Dahil he was not feeling well, and it was really he purposely called me up and told me na hindi na siya makaka-attend noon dahil he was still resting. So that is one thing na gusto kong ipahayag sa inyo. That was the reason and that was the purposeful reason why hindi siya nakapag-attend doon sa meeting na yon. Ngayon yung sinasabi niya nga medyo galit siya sa Amerikano, he made reference to that on the basis of yung massacre ng ating mga Muslim brothers and sisters during the American campaign noon when they took over the Philippines from Spain, na hindi man lang sila nakapag-apologize sa ating bansa at nakalimutan na nila yung harrowing experience natin dyan. At sinasabi niya, on that basis, hindi man lang sila nag-apologize, tapos nag-lecture pa sila sa atin sa human rights. Kaya sinasabi niya, galit siya sa Amerikano. But itong statement siya sa galit sa Amerikano has nothing to do with the subsequent statement na sinasabi niya na hindi siya naka-attend sa meeting involving ASEAN and the U.S. President.
Pero kasi po yung pagkakasabi niya na kaya daw siya hindi umattend is because out of principle daw. Na hindi,
kaya out of principle yung galit niya, yung galit niya sa Amerikano with respect to what had happened in the past. But yung sinasabi niya, sinadya niya yung sinadya niya yung hindi siya nakapunta. Totoo yun. Sinadya niya dahil he was not feeling well.
Okay.
Yun lang. Yeah. At I know this for a fact because I was there. At yun talaga ang sinabi sa akin ng kanyang mga staff assistant as early as 2 o'clock in the morning na he was suffering from some kind of a pain dahil nagkaroon siya ng aksidente sa motorsiklo.
Okay. So if he was feeling well, he would have attended the ASEAN-US meeting.
In fact, soon after that, he attended another meeting where President Obama was also there.
Okay.
Kaya at nag-usap din kami ni President Obama at kinausap ko siya at sinabi ni President Obama, I understand. I hope the President will be feeling well. I said, yes, he will be coming here precisely because he also wants to see you.
Okay.
So okay naman, wala namang problema. The Americans did not take that negatively at all.
Alright. Ito naman pong statement niya na gusto raw niyang paalisin yung mga Amerikanong sundalo, particularly sa Mindanao. Ganun po ba kadaling gawin po iyon, sir?
Unang-una, ang reference niya doon yung sinasabi niyang American troops at mga American. So, dalawa yung tinutukoy niya, yung mga soldiers or military men at saka yung mga civilian American. But he said this, Cara, in the context of the fact na gusto niyang proteksyonan ng mga buhay and safety of these Filipinos. Dahil alam niya, the worldwide campaign of terroristic, violent extremism is also directed against whites and Americans and foreigners So he said it in that context, dapat mag-pull out yung mga Amerikano because yung safety nila sa Pilipinas, sa Mindanao is very important. But again, if you will hear what he also said, sinasabi niya, I am verifying this information. He wanted to make sure that what he was stating was also validated by compelling facts and circumstances. But the fact of the matter, Cara, is wala ho tayong troops sa Mindanao. Mayroon po tayong mga small number of U.S. military personnel and some advisors or civilian advisors that serve on a consultancy basis that provide us technical assistance, that give us advice in certain joint operations and what do you call this, and special equipment, sharing of information and intelligence for this purpose. Yun din ang tinutukoy niya. parang sinasabi niya, you have to be very careful. If you are not needed there, you have to pull out because it's the campaign against Abu Sayyaf is going to be very fierce, and the campaign against terrorism and violent extremism is going to be long drawn and very fierce.
So ang pinapaalis lang po niya ay yung mga civilian na advisors na mga Amerikano na nasa Mindanao ngayon?
Kasi wala naman tayong troops doon eh. So yun ang implications niyan. Wala naman talagang troops doon na para ba to suggest na mayroon tayong mga troops doon eh. Bawal naman yan sa EDCA, bawal naman yan sa mutual defense, bawal yan sa ating saligan batas. Pero that should not be taken as a statement na pinapaalis niya yung mga Amerikano and he will not be recognizing our treaty obligations or your agreements with respect to EDCA because he did not mean it that way.
So sa malinaw po sir na magpapatuloy po yung EDCA at yung mga treaty natin with the Americans?
Of course, yeah. Sinasabi niya that was the priority statement that he said even in his inaugural address. So maliwanag po yan. And I would like to assure our people that there is no shift insofar as our relationship with America is concerned. Our friendship is going to be even stronger. Aalis na po papuntang Estados Unidos ngayon dahil I will be also talking to State Department officials and White House officials insofar as pursuing yung ating mga joint cooperations and projects for the mutual benefit of our two countries.
Okay, moving on to another issue. Ito pong issue ng kay Mary Jane Veloso na may lumabas po sa Jakarta Post, isang pahayagan po sa Indonesia na sinasabing binigyan na raw umano ng go signal ni Pangulong Duterte si Indonesian President Widodo na bitayin itong si Mary Jane Veloso.
Alam mo, yan naman ang isang misconception at misrepresentation and erroneous headline reporting na sinasabi nila na si Pangulong Duterte gave the green light for purposes of insofar as the execution of Mary Jane Veloso is concerned. Ang totoo dyan ay ganito. Sinabi, nag-usap si President Widodo at saka si President Duterte at itong sinabi ni President Duterte kay President Widodo, I will respect your judicial processes and I will accept whatever final decision that you would have on the case of Mary Jane Veloso. At alam ni Presidente when he said that na mayroon tayong indefinite reprieve or indefinite stay of execution of Mary Jane Veloso. Yung kaso ni Mary Jane Veloso, insofar as the Indonesians are concerned, that is already a final decision by the highest court of the land, the Supreme Court of Indonesia. But Indonesia agreed to stay the execution dahil mayroon tayong prosecution dito sa Pilipinas ukol doon sa mga recruiters ni Mary Jane Veloso. Inihintay nila yon at pinapayagan nilang si Mary Jane Veloso magtistigo dito sa criminal process sa Pilipinas to depositions and written interrogatories para kung makonvict man yun, mga recruiters na yun at mapatunayan na biktima lamang si Mary Jane Veloso, we can at that point in time apply for clemency on the basis of this new evidence. So wala hong sinabi si President Duterte na binibigyan niya ng go signal ang mga Indonesian. Sige, pwede niya lang patayin si Mary Jane Veloso. Hindi ho ganon.
Okay. Pero did he at least appeal man lang po para mapalaya itong si Mary Jane Veloso? Ito po yung hinihingi kasi ng...
Ina-appeal niya yan. Pero he felt that at this point in time in that meeting with President Widodo at alam niya naman yung facts and circumstances, hindi naman nailagay sa panganib si Mary Jane Veloso because he is not scheduled for any execution and execution has been stayed indefinitely. Alam niya na the proper time to ask for clemency would be after the trial here in the Philippines would have been completed.
At nangako raw si Pangulong Duterte sa pamilya Veloso, nakakausapin sila matapos ang kanyang biyahe sa Indonesia.
Yun ang sinabi ng ating Pangulo sa kanyang arrival statement na sinasabi niyang gusto niya makausap yung pamilya to just talk to them and tell them the extent and the details of what he had discussed with President Widodo. Pero sinasabi niya rin na hindi niya pwedeng ibigkas yun in public because that is something that they talked about in a very confidential manner. Dalawa lang sila ni President Widodo ang nag-uusap at wala nang iba when they talked about Mary Jane Veloso.
Nasabi niyo po na inaapila rin ni Pangulong Duterte yung paglaya nitong si Mary Jane Veloso. Meron bang tugon ang Indonesian President tungkol dito?
He did not, ang sinabi ng Pangulo sa akin, personally, na he did not ask for clemency at that time. Yun ang sinasabi niya. Because he knew that the clemency will come at a later time.
Okay. Maraming salamat.
Dahil wala namang execution. Kung mayroong scheduled execution kay Mary Jane Veloso, I am sure the President would have asked for clemency at that point in time. And even the lawyers of Mary Jane Veloso would also ask for clemency at that time. Pero walang scheduled eh. We are just awaiting, and Indonesia agreed na i-stay mo na yung execution indefinitely hanggang matapos yung criminal prosecution sa mga illegal recruiters dito ni Mary Jane Veloso.
Alright. Maraming salamat po sa inyo, Foreign Affairs Secretary Perfecto Yasay.
Thank you also,
Thank you, sir.
Karen.